No, Mighty Morphin was
kind of the number one measure.
Then it was like
It was a big deal.
Yeah, okay,
They
yeah.
had a different series that was associated with that. It was like
Back on the
and then,
P-Boiz.
One of them, there was a, I think
on the P-Boiz.
definitely a
Back,
bear.
back.
There was a bear, there's a wolf, and a
There was a
frog.
bear?
Sure. Big
It's been a long time. I remember the song, the "Come on, ride a chain, choo choo ride," and then there was like a whole roller coaster with the purple goo, and like I don't know. I remember seeing it in the theaters.
I think when
I don't remember that song.
I was a kid, it was the
Sounds like Wonka.
Dino Force, I think it was called. Do you remember that one?
Dino Force?
Dino Force.
Oh, Dino
yeah.
Force, dude, that was like 2010.
Yeah. No, I think that was our time, wasn't it?
I don't know. That might have been. I think that came out.
You're a little
like,
older than
when
me.
I outgrew Power Rangers.
Okay, maybe that's when it was. I don't know. We're back in the P
I
Boys
keep forgetting I'm older than you.
talking.
Talking about Power Rangers.
Why is Christopher Golvison texting me?
Boy.
Oh, he
Cute.
texted me about David Lynch. Yeah, guys, this is our David Lynch honorary episode. R.I.P. to my favorite director. He's passed away. It was very sad.
When did he pass away?
Like today.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, I
So
guess
it was
it's
a very somber episode.
What did you direct?
What did he direct? He directed Eraserhead, Blue Velvet, Dune, Mulholland Drive.
Any movie that made
That
you
has
feel
a great
uncomfortable
lesbian
after.
scene.
Like any movie that made you feel like
Can you?
steel wool on my heart. Like
Yeah.
that's David Lynch.
Steel wool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's oddly specific.
Yeah. Haven't you ever been just in the shower, just scrubbing with
shit.
steel wool? What? This is the P Boiz. This is how
yeah.
you talk, right?
Yeah, we're getting right into it. Yaari's
let's
back.
get back
Lemonsack.
into it.
Malachi's supposed to be here. His dumbass couldn't be here.
Can't be here on time, huh?
Son of a bitch.
Call
He's
himself.
trying to call himself the alpha. He's not even
Right,
gonna fucking
can't
show
fucking
up on
be here
time.
That's how
he
alpha
calls
he is.
himself the
He
alpha.
calls
Yeah,
himself
I'm
the
the alpha.
What?
of
Because
the
he pees on
podcast.
more things? What
No,
is
because
the-
he beat me in a duel, and so now he thinks he's the alpha.
Oh, with the rubber band.
Yeah, we
guns?
got the guns. We did a duel. And
No, he
I
called
think that was
himself-
rigged.
No, the duel was in response to him
Yeah.
claiming to be
Yeah.
the alpha.
Right.
He did.
And so they
he did
settled
prove
it with a duel
yeah.
because they think that that's how that works.
Special guest Skippy Rose. Welcome, Skippy.
Thanks.
Thank you for being here.
Skippy, all right.
Yeah, let's proceed.
Make sure it turns off.
Yeah,
That's pretty
Get off.
cool.
yeah. Thank you.
Nice.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Pretty sweet setup you got here.
thank you.
The sweetest.
It's a multi-billion-dollar media company. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Where'd all those billions go?
to these major expense of
Yeah.
the podcast.
This is prime real estate.
Right.
Yeah.
Southfield, Michigan.
What did you want to talk about, Skippy?
What
Broken
did I want to
front door.
talk about? Oh, wow. I don't know. I've never been on a podcast that asked me what I want to talk about. I don't know. Anything and everything. You can ask me about
cool.
my history or whatever. I don't care.
We don't care about that on the people.
What happened to
Okay.
your hand? Did you get
That's-
a fucking fist fight?
No, this is what happens during.
bare
In the
knuckle.
winter.
Oh, winter?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Same. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fucked up skin crow.
Oh, no. I
Didn't
only,
happen to me. Look at these fucking.
Because I
must be nice.
You know, because this is the work hands. You know,
Yeah.
the hands of a working man.
and that's the one you keep in a glove with lotion
I
for your
keep- I
wife.
keep-
What kind of work are you doing? Don't you do like indoor work?
Yeah, I do indoor work.
Yeah, so those are just soft hands that can't handle being indoors.
Damn, dude.
that's
Damn, dude.
Talk about being the alpha.
The fuck? No, I'm hard as fuck, dude.
Clearly.
Shoot him.
Oh, I shot 2 of them. Nice.
Yeah.
Wait, that
didn't even
thing's
feel it.
loaded with multiple rubber bands.
Yeah.
That's kind of sick.
It is.
Reckless.
No, it's pretty cool. Sorry about that, Yaari.
No, you're not. They
Shoot
would
'em
call it a
back.
ceasefire, bro.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You want to
Yeah.
talk about this ceasefire?
Oh, yeah. Now that everyone's dead in Gaza, they're like, ceasefire. It's like, that's a little.
All right, this is gone far enough.
Yeah, this is
What
what
everybody's
fire
already-
come to the P Boiz for.
Jesus Christ. There's so much shit to cry about, I feel like, in the world that you have to have like this white noise machine that lives in your head at all times. And like lately, mine has been going on the fritz a little bit, and I just have to smack my head once in a
Specifically
while.
because of the
White noise
ceasefire?
machine.
No, just like, I mean, the war in Gaza, every fucking other unfortunate thing that's happening now. I mean, the ceasefire happened, but yeah, like super late. The fact that Biden's being like, look what I did. I'm like, you didn't do fucking shit. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Look what I was
You
there
didn't
for.
even know that a ceasefire is.
Right. Yeah, he definitely orchestrated that.
Yeah. So shout out them. Thanks for watching this episode, guys. We're dedicating this one to you, fans of the P Boiz out in the Holy Land. You know, we're rooting for you.
We got a lot of fans out in Israel. Actually,
Yeah. This is a pretty
viewership out
big
there.
Israel podcast.
Oh, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
We have a pretty.
What is the actual gayness?
The alpha has arrived. guys.
Yeah, I kind of come up with my own.
Dudes.
He had
Dudes on
to
dudes.
stop at Jimmy.
I just want to say really quick, thank
It's
you to
not
Jimmy
recording.
John's for. Or is it really not recording?
Yeah,
No,
of
we've
course
been waiting
not.
for you this whole
Oh,
time.
it's recording.
All right,
Go.
Jimmy
Now
John's,
recording?
thanks for sponsoring this episode.
You didn't bring any cookies?
Yeah.
No, I Jimmy
that
John's
why-
didn't
Smells.
give enough.
They have free smells.
Yeah, they got free smells.
Late because you're getting Jimmy John's.
Dude, I
It'd
said
be
I told
funny
Joseph I said
if,
start at 6.
Strip club
You
took
can't
over
say
a
start
Jimmy
at
John's.
6 when there was
Oh,
already.
I'm the
They kept
alpha of the
free
podcast.
smells.
Yeah.
Have you guys
They have
actually been
another
doing it for
sticker,
30
too,
minutes?
where
You
it's
can't
like-
call yourself an alpha and a twink.
I think they have. A
No, I'm the
sticker that's
alpha twink.
We're not required. Like,
Hey,
vote
you're
or
interrupting
something
someone.
like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
They could just keep the stickers. Yeah.
Yeah.
They could keep the name too. Jimmy John's is a good name for a strip club.
Yeah. I've also thought about whenever I see the sign semis only, I'm always like, missed opportunity for a strip club to have that sign. Semis only.
Oh, what's semis only?
Like semi trucks.
Yeah.
Semi trucks, but also
like
semi
a sign for
semi
for
Like
hard.
large women, like a strip club for
Okay,
large women.
that's also-
semis only.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was just like
Oh, I think semi boner. Like
Yeah,
half
yeah,
hard.
that's where I was
Like
at.
full hard
Semi-chub.
disrespectful unless you're in the back room.
It is
only
disrespectful.
semi chubs in the main room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you enforce that?
A tap.
Dick
The slight tap.
text, yeah.
Semis only would be a good like truck stop strip club. Like
Yeah, semis
right off the
only.
highway. Yeah.
Have you guys
that would be.
Yeah.
That would be very.
Have you guys seen Rob the Trucker? The guy who's like, this new school generation don't know anything. You have?
That's every trucker. Like
No, he's awesome.
Is it a
He's so
TikTok guy?
awesome. Yeah, he's like a TikTok guy, and he has like no bottom teeth. He just has the front ones.
The
any of
trucker on TikTok.
Yeah,
So he has to
That's
eat his
an
sandwich
oxymoron.
like
yeah, exactly.
That's
yeah.
a bigger
like a hungry
oxymoron
hippo.
Yes.
He literally is a real life hungry
I know,
hippo.
he's awesome.
Like dragon with his front teeth.
Yeah, every video he finds a way to mention the new school of truckers and how they're bad.
Does he ever eat in these videos?
He was telling in the video, he was like, sometimes I bring my own food on the road, canned lasagna, canned bologna.
What's that one movie with
knows
the
what
French fried potatoes?
Sling blade.
Yeah, that's what it sounds
I wonder
like
who
to me.
reps him. We might be able to get him on the podcast.
That would
That
be actually pretty
would be
funny.
hilarious. Him in an
Got to
office
do so
setting.
before what the 19th. They're shutting it down.
These new school
right.
podcasters don't know
It's gonna
nothing.
suck when
Oh,
TikTok's gone.
TikTok.
New school TikTokers.
I don't know. Like,
Don't know how it was.
I went to China for a few months when I was younger,
Really?
and it's like, well, like you know how they have like the ban on like American media, but like everybody there just spoofed it and found a way to
Yeah.
enjoy American media. So it's just like it's not really there's going to be a ban like
Yeah.
with when the main people that love TikTok and hate Instagram and Facebook are this younger generation that are very technologically savvy. No, there's going to be no ban. They're just going to find another way.
Right? Why'd you go to China when you were younger?
So I used to be like, no,
Chinese?
I was a TESOL like teaching major, so it's like English as a second language teacher, and so I got hired by Michigan State to be in China for 2 months, just like interviewing schools.
Did you like speak Mandarin or anything?
I only learned like a few words, which was what happened.
it's just you did such an honorable thing.
No, wait, say something interesting again. Wait, I went to a.
Skip, you got to
Sorry.
keep talking.
I gotta keep talking.
Yeah, keep
China
talking and then keep talking.
Because it sounds like vagina.
No. Wait,
No,
just
no,
keep
yeah,
talking about
that's it.
China. Just keep talking about China for a second.
China.
Wait, say you went to China
Chinese.
again.
I
I went to China.
You guys missed my Jeff Goldblum.
You son of a
I
biscuit.
did it like 3 times.
That's the second one that got me. That's actually. How long were you in China for?
Like 2 months. Yeah. So
Did you bring back a gong?
no, I brought back True Religion jeans that were like $20.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
True religion, Buddhism.
Actually, there were. So it's like it's funny. So there they have different taboos. Like here, it's like taboo to talk about somebody's weight or religion. You know what I mean?
Is it though?
Yeah, but they're like they'll totally be like, "How much do you weigh?" or "You should be
fat
losing weight," or
fucking
like
Christian.
something.
Yeah.
right? Like I'm like I was skinnier than I am now, and I was considered like a large there.
Wow.
And all of the girls I was with were much larger than me. So
What are
it was
the
interesting.
taboos in China?
Talking about your religion is like a huge taboo. So like at all, like saying that you're anything. So you would just like see people with like bracelets, but they would never mention it. And they still like, we did visit like different like Buddha sites, you know, and things
Right.
like that. It was pretty cool.
Well, that's
See
probably
any
why they're
Jews
locking up
out
those
there?
Uyghurs.
There's
because they're
actually
like, you know,
Japanese,
they
not
won't shut
Japanese.
up
There
about
actually
their
are
religion.
Jewish Chinese
So
people.
I saw Uyghurs when I was in Beijing. Actually, they were like they were like dancing and stuff in like a park, and it's interesting because a lot of them can't grow facial hair,
Yeah.
so
Why'd you
had
make
fake
direct eye
beards
contact with me?
and stuff on, huh?
Why'd you make direct eye contact with me when you said not a lot of them can grow facial hair?
Why do you think?
I mean, hey. You just have to increase your testosterone, right? Like you're in transition right now.
Yeah,
correct?
no, I have to
like,
up
you're
my
only
dose.
like
Do more
20%
push-ups.
through.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I still got 80% until
How's
I'm a
your
man.
New Year's resolution going?
With what?
Resolution.
Oh,
Wasn't it
working
to
out?
Work out more?
Yeah, I didn't know you were gonna remember that. Yeah, it's
Of
fine.
course I remember.
That's
We're best
really
friends.
cute.
Yeah, it's
What
fine.
do you do to work out?
I just do crunches and punches, or not punches,
Push-ups?
Crunches and punches.
crunches and punches. Yeah, I do
Yeah.
push-ups.
Prison
That'd be a
abs
good
over
yeah.
here.
Like,
Planks are really
That's
No, I
really
just-
the only things you need.
I just do prison workouts. That's all I.
Okay, well,
That's,
you
Yep.
did, you did do your thing.
yeah, no, I did do my workouts.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
Anyways, you guys missed my Jeff Goldblum impression. So
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right.
life finds a way.
What was that in response to?
I mean,
Just someone said,
Sounds like
find-
Jeff Goldblum going to sleep.
Yeah. You're there. You're almost
do,
there.
yeah.
You
do
just need
Chinese Jeff Goldblum.
That sounds like Yoda.
Life finds a way.
To, that's almost Native American stereotypical
Yeah.
that you're going in there. Like almost like East LA Chinese, the way you guys
You're
are
Jeff
doing it.
I haven't practiced my racist
Do your Jeff
impressions
Goldblum.
enough.
Yeah.
I don't even think I have a Jeff Goldblum.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have a Jeff Goldblum?
I don't really do impressions. No.
I'm Jeff Goldblum.
Do you have a Jeff Goldblum?
I'm trying to think of different Jeff Goldblum films.
Oh.
I know a Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, just in Judaism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Really? There's nothing. Oh, damn.
He
So-
is Jewish.
I was
I know
like
a
the
bunch
audacity of
Jeffs
someone.
And golds and blooms. I could,
can combine
Frankenstein
them,
and
yeah.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Now, would you, if you guys had to, he
That's what
can
Hitler was
never
trying to
know.
do.
He can never know. If you had, in order to save a black man's life, would you call him the N-word?
What scenario are you
To his
envisioning?
Like there's an assassin behind him,
Wait, to
and he
his
can't
face?
see to his face and be like,
Yeah.
"Hey,"
You gotta be like,
Would
watch
you-
out, N-word.
yeah,
Just to
and
get his
he's behind
attention.
him.
You
Well,
could
no,
say,
you can't say
"Hey,
watch out."
duck." You could.
No, he's gonna die. He's
It's
gonna
the
die.
scenario.
It's like a sleeper cell agent. Like if you don't say it to him within 3 seconds,
Like
he's
the
going to
assassin.
die.
Would I
Just
say
really
that
wants
to save
him.
his life? Yes.
Save
you
his
can-
life, yeah, but I
but
would
you
also
can-
accept the beating and be like, "This is justified."
Exactly. You can't.
I
tell
did it
him,
for you.
No, you can't tell him that. That's why you did it.
Okay.
Is it like a
You just have
Yeah,
to-
and it can't be Floyd.
Oh, you made it difficult.
Floyd tries to like
well, white
trick
girls
me into
can get
saying-
away with saying
yeah,
No.
no.
Yeah, you
that
can
makes
do it.
that makes a lot of sense for Floyd to try and trick you into
But
saying.
I just, it's, I know you won't believe me, but I'm going to say it anyways. Like growing up, like my parents were very like, that person's a piece of shit, that person's a piece of shit, whenever, you know what I mean? Like, so specifically littering and saying the N word, they both like went off on people for it. So it's like, I was so young that like, to me, it's almost like, it's like I don't have the compulsion to murder the same way I don't have the compulsion to litter or say the N word.
Well,
It's just so
say it
built
here.
into me not to do it. I just can't. No,
Wait, this could be
I
a
feel like
huge
it's not
F
as
if you
bad
say for the
anymore.
first
Like,
time.
I feel
here.
like
no.
if we're talking like a Black Panther in the '60s, that would be different than like some Gen Z twink like black kid.
What?
It's if
Yeah,
the
what
black
are you
person.
saying right now?
I think calling someone the N-word is still just as bad.
I'm not saying it's good or bad, but I'm
It's
saying that
just as
their
bad
Jimmy
to-
Jones.
I think I'm gonna be
their
honest.
reception to it is different.
I would say they were more receptive to
Don't
it in the
know.
Black Panther days. If you're a white person, you can get away with saying the N-word back then.
I know, but I'm saying like today, like a Black Panther
Okay.
from the '60s today.
If you transported them in time, or like
No, it's
I
like
think-
an
modern
old
I think
man,
it
like
has
an
more-
80-year-old black
okay,
guy
so an
who was in
80-year-old
the Black
Black
Panthers,
Panther. Okay.
and hates racism.
Yeah.
And it's different if you say it to him than if you said it to like some Gen Z twink who like, let's like big buff white guys fuck him.
yeah,
I
Who's
think
the
maybe
black
you're
guy in this
confusing though,
scenario?
because back in the day though, like assault wasn't as big of a deal. Like you could punch a guy in a bar and not expect to go to jail, right? But nowadays, if you even shoved a guy in a bar, like that's assault, and they could call the cops and do shit like that, right? And that's common. But back then, it was much more like, oh, I got in a fight at a bar, and no cops were called to like charge you with. Yeah, I think, and this might be completely inaccurate because I heard it from some drunk guy, but like apparently I was told
Best
that
source of
I was told that in Canada they have like square up laws. So like as long as you like square up with a person, you can like fight them and there can't be like assault charges.
Really?
And that's how they get away with hockey fights.
I think that's why people are more fucking polite there.
I should have went. I should have went to Canada,
I feel like
dude.
people would get really fucking polite.
I feel like I was talking to somebody where I think it's Chicago.
Brandon Mullins told you that because he told me that the other night.
Oh, we're talking about that in New Way. Yeah, in Chicago, if the two people like consent to
Friend of the
fight,
show, Brandon
then it's
Mullins.
not. It can't be like assault.
No, it like if you
something
shoot
like that.
someone, we'll get him on to explain this.
But
if you
I don't
shoot
think
someone
that's
and it's like gang related, it's not considered a crime or something like that.
What kind of racist
it might just
shit?
not get investigated as much.
Well, if you're wearing baggy pants, then it's not
That's
considered a crime.
right.
All right,
If
let's
you're
get him
wearing
on the
a
horn.
backwards hat,
Oh, we're calling Brandon Mullins.
dude, I'm so ready for the roast battle. For Brandon, I'm so ready.
You're not even.
Oh,
going up
you're
against
on the
Brandon.
uncalled for?
Yeah.
Nice. When is that this Friday?
No, that's on the 8th of February.
Okay.
Yeah. The first person I'm going against is John Mahar.
Okay.
I've never met him.
Just stalk his Facebook a little bit.
Yeah, no, I already know it. What was it? It was like he's Derek Chauvin's long lost brother or something, or like he's the guy who
from
killed
Pop.
George Floyd.
Oh,
Yeah, doesn't he kind of look like a police brutality guy?
that might be inside baseball because I absolutely don't know that guy's name.
Okay.
Derek Chauvin
Chauvin's last name.
or the guy who Malachi's up against because I've never heard of that guy before.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What scene?
Do you think
is
he's? Do you think
Been
he's?
seen for a while.
Do you think he's good at roasting?
I was actually on a roast battle with him
Really?
last spring.
Did he beat you?
I remember
I
that.
didn't
It
go up against him.
Oh, okay. Was he good?
was decent.
I don't remember. I stopped paying attention.
I think he's gone one or
knocked
two
out
rounds
pretty
every time. I mean, like he's
think-
typically on it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he lost in the first round when I was up there.
Yeah.
Dude, I was giving you some pretty good roasts.
You were.
Yeah.
I'm not going to use any of them.
I know you can now.
I've
He's
written-
the one fucking person I didn't write a roast for.
Yeah.
I've written
No,
against
everyone
him
else.
twice.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd
Is
you
that
do?
the clip that you posted? I keep seeing like a boosted reel of yours where you're roasting someone.
That was probably, well, it could have been my Cleveland Roast Battle League, or it could have been Noah Chapin.
It wasn't Noah Chap.
It's
I didn't
funny
know
to
who the
imagine
person
a
was.
boosted reel, but like it's a stolen reel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, that reel's boosted. Anyway.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
There, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
Hey,
joke.
I love
You know,
it.
actually, I
Jimmy
was thinking
Jones.
about this earlier, and I wanted to bring it up. The word based.
Yeah, what does that even mean anymore?
Right now, I think it
everyone's
means like
based.
you're right wing.
Yeah, no, it means that
Oh.
you're right, period. You are correct, period. Like those are
Really?
correct views that I agree with. Originally it started off
Based?
as It
Like,
originally
use
it
it in
started
a
off right wing.
sentence.
So it's
Based
like
in red pill.
say something political that you think I would agree with.
That I think you would agree with.
Yeah.
George Floyd wasn't choked.
Not based.
Not based.
That's not based. So but say something like, "Oh, I like Bernie Sanders." That's a based take.
I thought it was the
you'd
opposite.
say
Liking
that's
a candidate
based.
is based.
I would say that's based to me. As far as the new
Oh, that's base for me.
Yes.
Okay.
So if someone were to say, I dislike minorities and most of them smell bad, Joseph would say based because
That's clearly an opinion. Saying I like something.
I thought that was just what based was. It was like
Saying-
having right wing opinion.
no, it started off as that being that,
So no,
but then
So
now
everyone
it's like
is
been
just
saying that's
based
one
on-
of my core values.
yeah, exactly.
Now everyone's
I actually
just
think
based.
what it
But it's like-
came
it's like
from.
slang.
No, I think what it
I
came
understand
from
it less.
Free
now.
basing.
is no. It's more like
That's
somebody
immediately what I thought was free
somebody
basing.
who would typically
like
like
free
fall into a certain category, like a woman speaking against feminism. Or a conservative
No.
black person. Yes,
Well, no, 'cause
that's
I was
what it
thinking
is.
about where it
because
came
it's like
from.
because it's their like I'm speaking my truth and I'm going against the stereotypes and it's their like this is the truth that for me kind of thing.
Okay.
They're challenging their own.
I was thinking about where it came from because I remember in high school, like kids saying like, "Oh, that's based," like that's like cool. And then I was trying to think back to like the first time I heard that word, and I think it was in reference to Lil B, the bass god. And so I was thinking, did he start the whole like bass thing?
No, I don't think he did.
I don't think so.
Do you know Lil B, the bass god?
No, I do not.
How was bass spelled?
It was spelled B-A-S-E.
Okay.
So he was this rapper from. Remember we were talking about
might
like
have
black
been
comedy
dyslexic.
rappers.
Yeah, I love
He
Lil
like
B.
kind of started all that. He had a
Oh,
song.
he didn't start it, but he was definitely put it in the mainstream.
He was influential.
Yeah. But he wasn't meant to be comedy at first.
Lil B.
No, at first he didn't start off as a comedic rapper.
Sort of like Little
I don't know
Dicky,
his
he wasn't
start off.
trying to
I
do
found
it.
out about it
Yeah, kinda.
because of Wonton Soup. You know that song?
Oh.
You didn't do it right.
And then it became a thing. It became a thing to like say thank you, bass god, and follow him on Twitter, and then he'll follow you back. And girls would like post pictures of their feet, and he would retweet them.
Based.
Yeah, it's based. And
Guess your
he
base
started
is your
calling
feet.
himself the bass
Retweeting
god.
feet is based now.
No, that's
It's like
what
the base
it was.
of your body. It's like
Yeah, I guess.
No,
And he would give people the bass god curse. James Harden was doing the bass god dance, and then so he gave him the bass god curse, and that's why James Harden was so bad for a season.
What? That's so crazy.
Yeah. But so I think I cracked the code on where the whole like bass movement comes from. It tracks back to
That's how I
Lil
feel
B, the
about
bass
that.
I would say so, yeah.
respect that.
I would say.
Those are smelling salts or something.
But you were denying it
Kind
earlier.
of.
Why?
No, that's probably where it comes from, but what
yeah.
it means now is different.
Okay.
I've literally never heard anyone
It's
say this.
because you're not on the
ever.
internet enough, and
Yeah. What do you?
Yeah.
like
take
it's not
care of
like
your
you're not
child
like a
or
Gen
something?
Z.
I mean, she's only 5 months old, so I don't.
Yeah, we're Gen Z.
They've been saying 5 months is the new 10 months.
Yeah.
You know?
5 months isn't
Five
Yeah.
months based.
Yeah, 5 months is a based age to
No,
be
does
at.
it go the other like?
Do you
5
know
months
about
is the
Lil
new
B?
2.5 months.
Yeah.
Matt,
What's that?
did you know about Lil B?
A Lil B?
Yeah.
No.
Lil B, the bass god.
What is that?
Did you know
It's the
about that?
bass god?
Me and Malachi, the only ones who knew him.
Yeah.
He was the most influential rapper of the 2000s.
2000.
Lil B?
Not the
2000
2000s.
Yeah, 2000
2010?
like 10s.
He was the most
Okay, I was like,
influential
No,
rapper
2010s
First of all,
online.
the 2000s was Lil Wayne, and then the 2010s.
What are you
No, that's-
talking
no,
about?
that's-
Eminem for 2000s.
That's like his
What do you-
thing.
That's
Is that
fair.
I mean, Lil Wayne was in there
fine.
too.
Either way,
Yeah.
There were a lot.
both of those guys over
Nah.
Lil B.
no, that was his thing. Is that he was the most influential rapper, and that all the rappers
That's
like
what he
stole it.
claimed to be.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, and quite frankly, a lot of rappers did steal a lot from him
yeah.
and made it fundamentally better. But like,
That's music.
What did
What-
they
what are you
steal from
doing
him?
down there?
His rhymes.
oh, I
don't
have
wanna
I have a box cutter from work, and I would just keep.
You're
putting
just-
it-
Are you about to fly a
You're
couple
trying to flex
planes
that he
into
has a
the
job.
Twin Towers? Is that what you're trying to do?
yeah, yeah.
This fucking guy.
Did you
With
watch
your
the
box
Duel
cutter.
video?
Yeah, it was
you
pretty
like
good. Yeah, I
That
liked
was
it.
good. I thought it was funny.
What the fuck was someone saying he looks beige and he looks like beige and yellow?
That was Brandon who commented that.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. Ask Brandon.
I look like yellow and beige.
No, because you were wearing a yellow
That's what he
hoodie.
said.
Yeah, but I look beige and yellow.
I don't know.
That would be the crayon colors that one would
If we
use,
get him on
I
the
guess.
horn,
But that
find out.
doesn't.
That's
He
how.
looked like beige.
That's how.
He looked
Maybe
like
the beige
yellow.
guy.
Are we just saying colors now? Maybe he just learned his colors
Yeah,
that
he's
day.
like,
Maybe he was
You
practicing.
look like pink and green together.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's what you
Yay,
should respond. You should
Brandon.
reply, very good.
Yeah.
So close.
Yeah, here's a gold star.
Here's a, yeah.
If we get him
That
on the
kind of
horn,
a
we'll ask him
comment.
about it.
But what?
I don't even understand
Call me
if he was gonna be
No,
mean. I
call
want
me
him to be
back.
mean and not say I look like two colors.
Yeah, I don't.
Joseph's so dumb. He looked like blue and beige.
Blue and beige.
I like when people try and like say an insult, but it's really just like a fact, and they're just like, ha ha. At the end, I'm like, you're just saying facts. It's
Joseph's Chaldean roasted.
Damn, that is a pretty good roast.
yeah.
You mean
Joe's the type of guy to like grow a beard.
roasted? No.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude, I got
There it is.
to host for my arch nemesis the other night. That was pretty cool.
You hosted for him?
Yeah,
Your arch nemesis.
Paul Elia.
Oh, really?
You're not up on the P Boiz
Does
lore.
he
He's
no
an enemy
longer
of
have a
podcasts.
jihad on
He's,
you or something?
I know he was on here. He's distractingly handsome, though.
You think he's handsome?
Oh my! Get out of
Very
here! Of
symmetrical.
course he
I'm
is.
He's
gonna
a good-looking
cut that.
guy.
I hate to say that. He's a good-looking guy. I don't know why.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of people say that about me, but it's
Right, yeah.
it's whatever. Whatever.
A lot
People
of people are,
I thought about
wrong.
like bringing him up and being like, don't call this guy Chaldean. All right, he's not Chaldean.
You should have.
But I didn't do that.
He isn't Chaldean?
No, his whole thing is that he's Assyrian, not Chaldean. and that there's like a
that is
difference.
difference.
I thought he was.
I mean,
Italian.
in stereotypes, there's a difference, but
Not, I mean, his whole thing that he explained to me was that like we're actually Assyrian and there's no such thing as
Did
Chaldean.
they get you in the face?
And my thing is, I don't really
No.
give a shit.
yeah,
the worst
but
part?
it's a different.
What?
I would say there's
I
different.
got hit.
Just
Yeah.
because I've dated both Chaldeans and Syrians, and there
No,
seems
not
to be
Syrian,
a difference.
Assyrian.
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't know.
It's completely
Not a person from Syria.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can I just point something out really quick?
What?
I was just struck by a rubber band
No, you weren't.
right
Yes.
under my eye. And when I was in high school, I got hit in this eye with a pine cone, and it literally cut it open, and like I couldn't see out of it.
Oh my gosh.
And when it healed, I don't know, my pupils.
pine tree
It
grew
became
up?
my pupil became a different size. So like I have two different sizes.
Yeah, way to go, Jew.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you just triggered PTSD.
Who? Wait, did somebody throw it at you? No. But the acorn. Did somebody throw or the pine
the
cone?
pine cone. It was
No,
one
it
of
just
those hard
fell
ones,
really
too.
fast at his eye.
I feel like I
Well,
should tell a
it's-
story now.
it's-
You got to get a ceasefire in this room.
No,
Yeah,
but it's
Can
like
you aim that at Skippy?
Well, somebody negotiate.
She's the guest.
Yeah, shoot a woman.
I have
why
eye
don't you?
safety, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, whenever
Good
I
times
hear about
coming.
like a childhood injury, like my first instinct, like literally only since now I'm a mom, I'm just like, who the fuck is this kid? It's like, I bet your mom would fucking.
That'd be his
The instincts take over, huh?
I just think about how angry your mom was like immediately.
Yeah.
I had a friend who, when he was, I think, late high school, early college or something,
Yeah.
he was in a car with some of his friends,
Yeah.
and they might have been smoking, and some other kid came by and
He came.
He did, yeah, in his pants. As he shot a bottle rocket into the car, and it
gonna
hit
come.
my friend's eye, and he's been blind in one eye.
Yeah, tell the new mother this story.
Yeah.
Well, it's mostly just don't ride in cars with dumb boys is really the main.
was probably a
also, your
Palestinian who
child
did it.
is in a new generation that's
Yeah, I
going to
don't
be
even-
raised on an iPad, and they're never going to leave the house.
I like how we're all going to act like society's not going to collapse by the time she reaches a reading age.
I think about this. Your kid could be the next like great leader.
The first, yeah,
Like
the
they
first
could like
generation.
take over like an apocalypse.
Yeah, like Kamala didn't win the presidency, so your kid has a shot at being the first black female president.
It's going to take
she's
35 or more
Still got a
years.
chance.
Yeah.
It was a close
Jesus,
call.
that's bleak. No, I don't think. I
Let's
think we're going to
root for
collapse
more.
before she
Yeah,
reaches
the
35.
United States might not even exist by then.
Hopefully, I don't know. I'm more in that camp.
Are we on the same page? We should just burn this shit to the ground.
I think we got a solid 50 more years.
I think we should
15?
divide the
That's enough time
United
for
about
States.
that. I think that's
5-0.
I feel like
Yeah,
8.
that's enough time for her to become
2025. I
president.
think.
No,
Never
because
heard
here's the
of
thing.
Agenda 2030. We got 5.
Pax Romana lasted for 80 years. And then like the Roman Empire still lasted longer than Pax Romana and then split off to the Byzantine Empire and then the other countries. So
So how long did it take from the time that Hitler was first campaigning to the time where Germany was in such a destitute state that they like split it up into divisions? Like how
20
long was
years,
that?
I think.
20 years?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's about how long then, probably.
I guess, yeah, I could see that. But what was it? Nero was he was the leader for Rome for a while, for the Roman Empire. I think that there hasn't been an empire that's been as powerful as the United States since the Roman Empire, arguably other than the UK. And then the UK still, although it had more land, wasn't as
I think we're
dominant.
quicker though to
Technically,
react to things now than we
I
were
guess,
back then.
yeah.
Because we know about
Yeah.
information much quicker. More people know about the information much quicker. So I think in general, you have to shorten all those historic timelines by like tenfold.
Yeah.
We can
The other
predict
thing
like,
is
where things will
that
go.
the UK Empire still runs the world, and we are technically their military. If you want to get into some other shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
if
let's
you
get into
wanna-
other shit.
Yeah.
If you want to blame the UK,
How come we're
that's how it
England's
works.
bit or
What's that?
England's our bitch every time we do
England's not our
negotiations?
bitch.
No?
No. Man, that's what they say in the media, but
Okay.
we are still under the jurisdiction of the British Crown.
How?
Oh, just like on paper, but like not in practice in any sort of
Oh.
way.
we're not
No, still
Australia.
in practice.
How I would like to hear examples.
Yeah, elaborate,
I'm interested.
yeah.
What do you mean examples?
Like how are we still like the
So-
UK's bitch?
Because
English.
it's hard to explain. So the UK took over the world, right? Remember that?
Well, a
And
lot
then
of
they
it.
just kind of pulled over. They pulled all their troops back. They didn't have the British Royal Army
Yeah.
all over the place, right? But what they did is they set up corporations everywhere. So all these governments are just corporations that are under the jurisdiction of the British Royal.
I feel like there's very few British corporations that operate in the U.S. though.
Jaguar.
I'm saying the United States government is a corporation under the jurisdiction of the British Royal Crown. You can look it up. You can look it up.
I mean, maybe on paper,
EIN
but I don't
number.
see in like practice. Like, where does the money go? It all goes to us. So it's like unless there's
No, it
money
goes to
being
England.
really.
Yeah.
I'm gay. I like to suck big
Now,
nuts.
where did the Jews come into this?
They fucking run this whole goddamn thing. The Rothschilds.
British Jews.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, that's where I was.
It comes down to British
you Jewish?
banking families.
That's where I was going.
This is what we talked about on the first podcast.
Yeah.
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 I'm the most anti-Semitic Jew you know.
Yeah. Before
I mean,
knew you
that's
were
the
Jewish.
most Jewish thing you can be is anti-Semitic. As someone that was married into a Jewish family,
Yeah.
like saying anti-Semitic shit is the most Jewish thing. Yeah, it's part of it.
Yeah.
These nuts, I'm putting my big nuts everywhere.
Is that Trump? Your Trump impression?
Yeah.
Yeah. Trump.
Trump a
Vine.
Jew?
I mean, I got what you were doing. So
No, but
Okay,
Trump
yeah.
is English.
I'm Jewish. I'm gay and Jewish. I'm
His
Yaari.
dad was English. His mom was Scottish.
yeah, I like how the Scottish people came out like very shortly after he even started running. Was like, hey, we don't claim him, just so everyone's
Yeah.
clear. Like they even in their
His
Scottish
mom's,
parliament, they're like,
Scottish, like with an accent though. Like she's like,
no. She's dead, isn't
love
she?
She's
She's
dead.
Trump
Yeah, but
speaking in a
But yeah,
Scottish
she was from a different country, I think.
yeah.
Or like
Did you guys see the Trump movie?
Oi.
I'm in him. I'm in
Yeah.
a lot of
The
vodka.
Apprentice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, no. I can't I don't know. I can't bring myself to watch anything that's going to give him money in any way.
No, it's not giving. It's like it. He didn't. It has nothing to do with him. It's like a movie about him. You know Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier from the Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Him and it's about like Trump in his 20s and like sort of his rise.
Yeah, because he wasn't already born with a silver spoon.
No, like his rise, like in
in
culture.
In culture.
Did you hear what Trump's son said? His youngest, he said he joked at private school when he was at this big dining function. He was like, "Why would I want to eat with the silver spoon when I was born with a gold one already?" Talk about just an evil rich motherfucker. Just like,
I mean, is he wrong?
No,
He
he's
was
not
bred
wrong.
to be evil.
Fucking-
He was
Yeah, I
like
know.
literally bred.
Yeah,
Silver spoons.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would eat with a gold spoon if I had that kind of.
I guess, yeah, but I wouldn't talk about it, you know?
Yeah, when you go to that kind of school, he's not going to a public school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're probably like, good point, Barrett.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh,
My white noise machine isn't quite
Your
working.
laugh,
Yeah,
your sound.
oof.
You're replacing Lemonsack sound effects.
my haws.
Yo, did you guys see this? This is crazy. There was an interview, one of those street interviews the other day,
I know where you're
and
going.
this guy comes up to this lady and he said, "What's a moving bed that will make a man go crazy?" And this lady said, Tuah. Spin on that thing. Isn't that crazy? That
stupid.
happened yesterday.
That's stupid.
What are you
That
doing?
happened yesterday.
doing, dude?
Thanks.
It makes it sound like you're in a Jiffy Lube, quite literally.
Yeah,
Like no,
was pretty
you don't
bit-
do it like.
Are you
with
not?
the two.
Are you not aware of Tuah?
I am.
beta male joke.
Yeah,
I
what's
just
going on
disagree
with
with the
you,
technique.
Yaari.
All right.
Talk about it, bitch.
What's going
Yo,
on?
don't
with
call
her?
me a
Is she in
bitch,
jail,
bitch.
or
You're
is she
Jewish.
still, like,
Bitch.
doing her
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
is-
Jewish.
Yeah, we
Being
should
get
investigated.
arrested
Own all your money.
She didn't get
Yeah, and
arrested.
I
but
have a
she-
quarter of Jew.
For the Bitcoin thing.
Yeah, the big.
All right, so I'm every cooler
But I
race.
mean, she didn't even. I think it's like somebody
Dude,
came
yes,
to her
I
with an
am.
idea, and she just
Irish and
agreed to put
Polish
her
is
name
way
on
cooler
it.
than
She
that.
doesn't
Her
like.
name was on it.
Yes,
though.
they are.
I doubt she has the savvy to even commit the
Irish
crime that
people are
she's
way cooler
being
than Jewish people,
investigated for. Correct?
But
Like,
it's like a technicality thing. Where
I'm like, she's just a dumb patsy.
Jews? What the fuck?
No,
you talking
Jewish
about?
people are.
I don't know
funnier,
what
but
the-
I think she's like
quarter of what makes
innocent,
you
but
you.
in the eyes of the law,
You
I
don't
think
have
she's
a quarter
guilty.
of what makes me me.
What
I
the
don't think
fuck are you guys talking about?
This guy's talking about some beta bitch.
They're doing a side
Oh,
pod.
fuck you, dude.
Quit being a beta, dude.
I'm not being. Hey, fuck you, Joseph. I'm not the beta. You're literally the beta of the podcast. We just had a fucking episode about this.
Well, me and Joseph both just decided that you're the beta.
Yeah, dude.
Ringo, are you?
So-
Can I tap you in here?
Alpha and betas don't exist,
No
actually.
comment.
Okay, all right. So Ringo, stay.
I'm gonna.
Am
go.
I the alpha?
You said you had
There's no
comment?
such thing.
Okay, so definitely the beta.
I'm not
Right.
the. Fuck you,
Either that or you don't believe in democracy.
dude.
because
You're
we just
bald.
voted on
I
it.
don't believe in it.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't
Yeah,
know.
you're
That is
bald.
probably
dude.
like the most masculine
Yeah, you
thing.
have fucking
Like
zits
to,
on
What?
your
Yeah.
forehead.
What?
Yeah.
How is that?
Malachi.
How is
That's
that
like a masculine
masculine?
feature, like losing your hair.
No, it's gay.
It is.
It's not.
It's masculine.
When you have high testosterone,
Testosterone.
you lose hair.
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
too
a lot
much
of
testosterone.
a lot of
No,
girls
no,
with high
see-
testosterone
Yeah.
get thin
See,
hair, and they have to. Like,
It's not actually the amount of testosterone.
that's why girls that
it
have
is-
shaved heads.
It
give
is
good
the
head.
way
Yeah.
that the testosterone influences your biotin.
Okay.
So your testosterone's retarded and targets your biotin. My testosterone's smart.
Shut up. You're bald under your hair.
I mean,
Look, just because you're making stuff up.
I wasn't gonna
I'm
say
not making
anything
stuff
about
up.
how
Not
far your bangs
a
went
beta.
up, but
Oh yeah, no, I do have. I mean, look at this. It's a big forehead, but
that's
I'm okay
true.
with
Maybe
it.
it's just the forehead. That's
Yeah,
true. Yeah.
I'm fine with that. It's been like that forever. Alpha, alpha ass move,
Yeah,
dude.
you're also sitting with your fucking leg. over
Yeah,
the
at
other
least I
one.
can
That's-
cross my legs with your
yeah,
fat
that-
fucking
He's
thighs.
protecting
That's
his
how
huge
women
balls.
Yes,
By the
I'm
way.
protecting my huge balls.
No, you're crossing them over like this because you don't have balls.
No, I'm protecting. My balls are tucked under, and they're
You're
hidden.
killing your
Dude,
sperm
my
when you do
balls
that.
have fucking.
No, I'm not. I'm not
That-
killing
you know, that's-
anything.
that's
I'm feeling
a fact. You kill
nostalgic
sperm
for
when
like
you do that.
16-year-old.
I have so many sperm. I have so much sperm.
I
I
got
can
so many
afford to kill.
sperm.
I have a
There's
side
more
podcast.
sperm.
I have a lot of
Have the
sperm.
I have
best
more
sperm.
sperm. Nobody-
So where'd you get the idea for the
Yeah,
Rise
tell
block
sperm.
party?
I have a lot of
Thank you.
sperm.
What a
Have the
nice
best sperm.
question that has nothing to do.
What was his question?
He's like, "How'd you come up for the idea for the writer's block party?"
Yeah, I like actually really like that. Why don't you
Thank
talk
you.
about it?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So the writers' block party, for those of you that don't know, sorry to make it.
Yeah,
Give me-
Sorry to make this episode about you.
Yeah, sorry.
Care about? Okay.
People
But
care
like,
about this debate.
yeah, it's the second Friday of every month at Canton Brew Works. I know it's a little bit of a trek, but I don't know. I just think that overall, my philosophy on it is I think that the Detroit scene, why not here? Like, why do we have to move to Chicago and LA and all of that? Like, why can't the scene be amazing and great here? And the way that the scene can be amazing and great here is if we all start fucking writing more. Right. And I feel like so many people are told by a lot of higher up comedians too, like, no, just do your same 5 minutes. Do your same 5 minutes every fucking. Really? The first 5 minutes you wrote, that's the best jokes you could possibly write. And you just want to do that for years and years.
Yeah,
No,
that's retarded.
that's stupid. So I think you should write all the time. Like, sure, have your test and true one, do that for paid shows, whatever, right? But you should always be like, what's my next greatest joke? Because your first 5 minutes
Absolutely.
you write is not going to be fucking gold.
Right.
It's just not. I mean, maybe, but it's random. Like
Let's
inspiration
call them
strikes
out.
me.
Who's
Also,
telling
it
people
just
to
gets
only write
fucking-
5 minutes?
I don't even need to say it.
Yeah, the
You've
thing
all been
is-
told by probably many higher comedians, oh, just stick with your same
Yeah.
5 minutes forever.
No, it's
6 to
I've
10
never been
people
told that.
every day
That's so
tell
stupid.
me that I need to
6 to
write
10 people, yeah.
every day.
I love that that's just gonna be an inside joke that sticks. 6 to 10 is, but anyways. But my whole thing is that I think that the whole fishbowl thing, not everybody's cut out to do like improv
Yeah,
in
that's
30
tough.
seconds.
right.
Yeah,
It's
and
like,
so
oh,
to get
talk about dry erase markers, I'm like,
right. So I think it's like give them a
Erase.
little bit more time, at least a few hours, something like that. And some people can spin out
agree.
gold. You know, give them a second. You know what I mean? And just doing random props and seeing what happens. So yeah. It's for everybody.
Wait, so have you run one of these writer's block party, or is that
Yeah.
new concept?
We've done 4.
Yeah, 4.
We've done
Okay.
4. Yeah. So the last one was small, but it was nice. It was all the
It's 'cause of the
boys.
winter storm.
So how does it work?
That's what they
What's
say
the-
about
what's
Yaari's
the
dick.
format?
Can't roll.
So you follow the Writers Block Party at CBW either on Facebook or Instagram. And 2 weeks prior to the show, I put like 5 random prompts, just like, hey, write it. And basically the point is you don't have to write all 5 prompts. You just have to have a set that includes a new joke that includes one of those prompts. So your whole set doesn't have to be new, but most people do the whole thing.
Include a new- yeah, okay.
Yeah, just try. Yeah.
Interest.
And so when you go to the mic, it's fun. It's also like part of the motivation was like, we all see each other's same set 5,000 times. And so nobody listens to each other.
That's why
right?
That's one thing I really like about it.
But we all listen to each other because we know it's new jokes. Yeah, because we don't want to miss whatever new jokes. So I think the listening is better too.
Yeah, nothing is more fucking mind-numbing than seeing the same comics do the same set over and over again.
Right.
But also, like, if I get bored doing the same jokes over and over again, and then I just don't like doing comedy at that point.
But then
so the idea that that's what you're supposed to do is fucking stupid. Also, at some point, you have to get to an hour. If that's the whole point, so you can't keep doing your same 5.
Yeah, like at some
still
point.
doing a terrible.
No, I'm doing Jeff Goldblum. Sorry that you couldn't keep up.
Do the same 5 minutes 12 times. Call it a special.
Yeah, exactly, over and over.
I did math.
But I also think that some people get intimidated.
Yeah, have the rest, fatty.
Because you'll be at a mic, right? And somebody will do their same.
Don't do it, please.
Yeah, somebody do their same set, and they do really well, and then you go up trying to do some new stuff, and you falter. So then you're like, oh, maybe that's not what I should do. Maybe I should stick with my same stuff. So by forcing everybody to do new stuff, I think it keeps the playing field even between new and older comics.
Yeah.
Because it just means, did you work on this?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
I've actually thought about
fuck LA, fuck Chicago.
Yeah. Well, not fuck
LA
shit,
already got fucked.
But I just feel like we shouldn't need to go to those. How about we make it better here?
Yeah.
Like
fair.
that's my thing.
Yeah,
I like my home. I like
The
being
scene's
here.
kind of taken a hit over the last year or two.
Well, everybody likes to go
How's it
places,
taking
and
a
that's
hit? I
fine.
feel like it's.
I don't know. It's not as strong as it was. I feel like maybe 2 years ago.
Really?
Something like that.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
post pandemic,
The
it kind of
number
blew
of
up.
mics, it was popping for a minute, like immediately post COVID.
Yeah.
like there were really good mics. Most
New Way
nights
was
of the
like
week.
there was 100 people in the night at New Way.
New Way was popping.
Yeah.
New Way
And then-
sometimes still pops. It just depends.
It has not popped the last couple times I've been there.
Yeah.
Trixie's was popping, but that died, obviously. What was on Wednesday nights? I mean,
Parts and Labor.
Parts and Labor. No, when Parts and Labor was on Thursday nights,
Yeah.
it was popping.
Do you think it's just because people are less interested in comedy?
I don't know why.
No.
I can't diagnose the
I think
issue.
it's
All
the
I'm
mics.
saying-
Nobody
think
gets value from being an open mic host. Like, well, people don't see the value in being an
hosting the
open
mic?
mic host.
I mean, you
Because
get paid.
I think
There is
always.
value, but a lot of people don't see the value, and so they don't
I'd
want
love
to do
to
it.
host one. I just can't find a place to do it.
That
I
could be
think-
it more too.
I think people are more interested in comedy now than they have been in a really long time, but just watching stand-up comedy in person but online, if that makes sense. Like they'd rather watch stand-up comedy on like YouTube Shorts or like
don't-
Instagram Reels
I don't
as
even know if
opposed to
it's that.
going.
I think the thing is that people, like, at least locally, there is a big scene, like, because we all know like how big the scene is, but nobody else knows that. People just think, okay, House of Comedy, Mark Ridley's,
The clubs being
yeah,
so small.
they go there, and the clubs don't really do a good job of fostering a community. They have like one
because they're
open
very
mic a week.
gatekeepery. There's a lot of bad
Yeah.
gatekeepers, and
Yeah,
it's just
that-
like if you want the scene to be good, just let people that are good get in. It shouldn't matter whether they've sucked this guy's dick or that guy's
Say
dick.
it for the people in the back again.
I don't know.
Are
If
you,
they're good,
are
they're
you
good.
actually agreeing with that, or are you just
No, I
yeah.
actually agree.
Okay.
In fact, this is conjuring up an image of someone I know.
Who?
No, just
No,
nothing.
it's just
Are you talking about?
no,
Oh, okay.
no,
I
not
was gonna
your
say because
enemy.
we're friends now.
Yeah,
so-
I always
Yeah.
like
He's talking about Joe Rogan.
yeah Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan.
No, who are you talking
Is-
about?
I'm talking about Joe Rogan.
Hit.
look.
Are you
It's
talking about me?
I'm talking about Joe Rogan.
Yo Rogan.
I understand how
Rogan.
people can get into the gatekeeper mindset. I understand
Oh,
how
I know
they get
who
there,
you're talking about.
but I
Retard.
don't think it serves the scene good.
No, it doesn't.
Because there's a
figured
bunch
it
of
out.
people that end up dropping out early, and then they're like, yeah, I guess they
indie-
weren't into it. It's like, no, maybe they just saw that it was very futile because they saw them, you know what I mean? They saw
Yeah.
them getting hits. They saw them going up big audiences. Like, I don't know. I had somebody bold-faced tell me after I had done 30 minutes and killed in a huge room. All right. I video proof of it
Yeah.
online, Skippy Rose comedy on YouTube. But yeah, after I did that, they were just asking me like the gigs that I had done. And I'm like, oh, I'm really proud of this gig that I just did. And they're like, you don't have 30 minutes. I'm like,
Shit.
what are you talking about? Like, you're just telling me that I don't? Like, just because you don't think that at my years in that I should. I'm like, there's no timeline on funny.
Right.
Like, you just, and also it's just like, there's something very different about somebody that just goes to open mics maybe once or twice a month and gets booked, as opposed to somebody that's going to open mics 4 or 5 times a week. Who do you fucking think's better? The one putting in the seat time. It's always the one putting in the seat time. That's the same with racing. It's the same with comedy.
I thought you were going to say racism, and I was like, I guess.
Well, no, because I used to date
dude.
I used to date a race car driver, and he constantly was saying that the race goes to whoever has put in the most seat time, no matter what. Like, so you just want to. That's why driving simulators are really big for them, because they can constantly be doing it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. They're like.
And I just applied the same thing to comedy when I first started, and I haven't really.
Wait, hold on. I want to circle back. You dated a race car driver?
Yeah. Amateur, but I mean, he still did it.
Was he fast in bed too?
No, unfortunately.
Did he have a race
What
car?
kind
bed?
of race car driving?
He would do, well, he did drifting, but he would also do champ car, a lot of champ car stuff.
I don't know what that
You know, race car spelled backwards is Skippy Rose Comedy on Instagram.
There's my guy. There's my guy. But yeah, I just feel like we all should just support the talent that we have, encourage each other to be better, and just everybody should come together to make the Detroit scene what's happening.
Yeah,
I think
love the.
Now we're sounding like the Peels.
And we should all hold hands and sing "Kumbaya" together.
Well,
we should
no,
just book more
but-
people. Like, don't just book your friends. I mean,
Right.
you know, it's
And I know it's tough to like, if like you were saying, I understand like the mentality of kind of being gatekeepy and wanting to put your friends on, but it hits a certain point where it's like, okay, we've seen your friends 50 billion times.
Well, and I think they start believing their own, like, oh, they're the only good people. I'm like, open your eyes.
Yeah, never
dude.
believe your own hype, you know?
Yeah, or sometimes I feel like the people that are most insecure about their own comedy, they don't really listen to other comedians and whether they're funny or not. Like, they just want to hate and critique. And it's like, yeah, sometimes people are going to go up that have only been doing it a month and they'll fucking kill. It doesn't mean that their kill doesn't mean anything.
Right, yeah.
Just, you know what I mean? Like, don't be jealous. Be excited that there's someone else that's good. We can all be good. It's not a pie. Just because somebody's funnier doesn't mean you're less funny.
Yeah,
Just be funny.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
Malachi,
what it's all
be
about.
funny.
yeah.
Come on, man.
Very well put.
Well, that's what she said.
Because it's like
Yeah, don't
it's
be
like
jealous.
a prime example. Like
Stop being
people
jealous.
were like mad at him for being on Sam Talent Show. And
This is a real thing,
yeah, this is a real like people were upset about that because he hasn't been doing it as long. And people don't think of him as being that funny.
Okay, you didn't have to say it.
Right. But
I feel
I
like-
gave him the confidence to go.
Right,
And,
yeah.
You know,
It's all because of you
assert
that he,
himself.
you know.
And
Yeah.
this is the thanks I
But
give.
it's like the anger. I think that when you see someone that's been doing it less time than you get somewhere, you shouldn't think to yourselves, they shouldn't be there. You should think to yourself, I should be
Yeah.
there. What can I do to get there? It's not about the person that got it.
Yeah.
Like, the anger should be more directed, like, how can I
It shouldn't
do
even
it?
be anger. It should
Right.
be like drive.
Fire?
Yeah, it should be drive. Yeah. Well, because dude, after there was a guy who did the that competition I was talking, the Comedy Gauntlet.
Yeah.
He was doing it for less time than I did, or like doing stand up for less time than I did,
What
and he
race
like
was he again?
he got further in the competition, and for a while I was like, oh man, that sucks, like because I was like kind of jealous, and then I was like, wait, no, like that just means that I need to work harder on being funnier. And then I remember,
whatever, yeah.
and then I remember like what it was like for me when I was like first starting out at the same time period in which like he was, where like my drive was just so much higher, and now it's like I feel like I can just go up on stage, say whatever, and it's like, okay, that's the mic. Well, what happened to me, like trying out new jokes every single time I went on stage, and like going to the like competitions or events and like really bring my A game.
Well, and also I think that I think that when you first start out on the scene, you haven't been discouraged as much.
Yeah.
And I think the longer you're in it, you kind of get beaten down.
Jaded.
Like, why did it? Well, it's like, why didn't I get that gig?
R.I.P.
And sometimes it's just random. I think sometimes it's like you just weren't thought of. It doesn't mean
Yeah.
that they looked at your name and were like, they're not as funny as this person.
Yeah.
It just so happened that the people they thought of were these people. It doesn't mean that you're not funny just because you're not on there. But
Exactly.
I think it's hard to tell yourself that.
Yeah.
Like, I struggle with that. I struggle with not, getting down, like when I see like gigs that I really wanted to get. I'm like, why am I not getting these? But I never think, why did they get it? I just think, why am I not getting this?
Well,
and it's a better mindset.
And with certain clubs, you can actually kind of tell why you didn't get something.
Sometimes.
You know what I mean? Like certain like specific local clubs, you can typically tell why you weren't put on a show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know a lot of the
I'm trying to
time.
say something, but I don't know what you're saying.
Well, even traveling though, like to different like comedy scenes, I have noticed that it's somewhat. Maybe it's not every club, but I do think that like bookers like to book people that are good hangs with them more than anything else.
Yeah.
And it's hard because if you aren't a person that, I don't know, is particularly social or drinks or like really parties like that, maybe you don't get as many opportunities just because you're not a good hang.
Right.
And that's a ridiculous stipulation to get.
I would
I
rather
don't
put
get
someone
bored.
on my show who's really, really funny, who I have nothing in common with, if it means the audience is having fun, as opposed to me being like, oh, well, there's, I guess, just, I mean, for lack of a better term, like, oh, there's a dud. Of me talking to them where I don't know how to speak to that person.
Right.
Or I might not have anything in common with them, or maybe I actively dislike them, you know?
I noticed when I got pregnant, well, when I first like started to like be pregnant, it's like, of course I wasn't as good of a hang because I had to go to bed earlier and I was like crankier and I wasn't able to drink and shit. And I was just like,
I ran into the
this.
same problem with my pregnancy.
Yeah. No, but at the same time, because I was sober and getting more rest, I definitely think, like, in my mind, and a lot of people have said, I'm like, I thought that I wrote more, my jokes got better, my sets were better and sharper, all of that stuff, but I got less bookings. And it's like, I think it's because I wasn't as good of a hang.
Right. When I always notice whenever I have like a tighter schedule, as far as like I'm getting up early in the morning, I'm working, and then I go and like I have drinking smoothies.
David Goggins.
And I have like I have like a full
6 to 10.
I have like a full routine. What I find in that time period is more opportunities. This is hard to explain, but like more opportunities to laugh at things and find things funny because I'm so in my own routine that breaking out of that is now funny, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Where it's like, if I'm doing nothing all day, I don't think of anything funny.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, wow, I never do nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I always feel like the busier I am and the less time I have to feel myself doing well on a mic, that's typically when I do the best.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It seems random, to be honest, sometimes.
Yeah.
But I did notice that when I was sober, just ideas came to me
I
randomly.
guess the more you write, the more your brain is primed to come up with. Because the
Which
more,
is why
the
the
more I
writing's club is
write, the
great.
more ideas come. And when I stop writing, it's like, oh, I can't think of any new bits.
I have the
Absolutely.
opposite. If I'm like trying to find jokes or material, I can't find shit. But like when I'm just
No, I'm saying if you set the time, if you're like, all right, every day, 5 o'clock, whatever, you sit down, you just write, work on your old shitty bits that might even never fucking work. But as long as you sit down every day and like work
your
on
mind.
your jokes, then the new ideas pop up.
And not necessarily in that writing session, right? You're just saying, like, because it gets your brain
when
thinking.
I do, every day when I'm like, okay, even if I'm working on old stuff that I've already thrown out, right? If that's what it takes to get it started.
Yeah.
Then when I'm driving, I notice the thing that turns into a bit.
Right.
Or whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're making your brain more pliable, kind of thing.
You're primed for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense too. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Every time I've done that, it's like a couple new bits every week.
It can't hurt. It can't hurt to have a designated time to write. It can't hurt you.
Yeah.
So
I do most of my writing at work because like my job is very repetitive. So I'm like literally working on autopilot, and then I'll just be like, oh, this seems like a fun.
He's a professional masturbator.
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Bringing in the
But I can still type with the other hand.
that's why your hands aren't cracked, right?
Oh, they are.
Oh, they are. Oh,
That's why
not
his
enough
hands are
lotion.
cracked.
Oh, that's why they are.
I would think of the amount of lotion. Just
Oh, I'm a dry
It's
guy.
all very
dry guy?
It's a
His
lot of
fronts are soft as shit, but his
I do hate how that's like
Sometimes
a thing.
to jerk off, I like to like pat my dick with my pinky.
like nice job, buddy.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
did
we
good.
know.
Guys don't like when you pet their dicks. They think it's demeaning.
Yeah.
What guys are you
Here's
talking
my little
about?
guy.
Pet my dick.
See, no, that'd be cool.
This was
I
a
think
question
I'd be
posed on
okay
the
with
podcast. Why'd you guys call your podcast the Kung Pao Girls if none of you are Asian?
Kung Pao and Puff Girls, because it's us eating Chinese food. It's just like how to make the pun work, and then the puff is in there for the weed stuff. So that's all.
You're eating Chinese food like during the podcast?
So not the first episode, and Floyd's like, "What the fuck?" So yes, the second episode, you can clearly see the Chinese food in the bowl
like
on the
hear
table.
chewing sound?
Well, it's video, so maybe you can, but I don't know whether you can. I haven't edited it yet, but there's
Guys, tune into the Kung Pao and Puff Girls.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kung Pao and Puff Girls.
Yeah.
Oh, plug it. Or-
I was telling the audience to go watch it.
Oh yeah,
Wait, so
I
that's
really like the
promotion?
first episode a lot. I don't know whether the second episode's
Sorry,
gonna
who's
hit.
on the
but-
podcast again? Who was on that one?
Myself, Skylar, and Emma Stevenson.
Oh, that's a fun crew.
Yeah,
friends of the
Skylar had a great episode with us, so you guys should check out the episode.
You
with
guys
Skylar.
made her cry. You dick
I
bag.
wasn't on the episode.
I know.
Don't
I don't
me-
know
I
why.
wasn't on the
First of all,
episode.
let's make it very clear. Joseph made her.
I didn't.
Joseph and
I didn't
fucking
like
Lemonsack.
really like
Lemonsack.
watch the whole thing, but she was just she was very distraught.
I know she was distraught because she brought it up on your guys' podcast.
A little bit, yeah.
I feel like that's why y'all started it. She's like, I need my own podcast.
Oh no, not at all. I had wanted we needed designated hangout time, and we weren't speaking just about your podcast for the record.
Yeah, I know,
it was
I
just podcasts in general. I think a lot of the time it does feel very everybody's talking over each other.
Yeah.
And I guess
This whole podcast, these guys just fucking having side conversations the whole time.
Dude, that's such a new development for this podcast because we
You guys
used
are
to
having your
all.
own arc.
Yeah,
you have your own art. There should be. I always thought that it could be funny, and maybe you can incorporate this into your show because I don't have the technical know how to do this, but I think it'd be great to have so when you're watching it, you would see like the video screen, but on the side you would see like this chat going.
Yeah, you told me about this.
Yeah, and I think that would be so great because sometimes you have something really funny to say, but you don't want to like interrupt someone's flow. You know what I mean? So you could just text
Type
it in.
in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
no,
but people.
I'd be typing the N word the whole time.
I'd actually be able to
I
talk.
think it could be really. Yeah, I think it could be really fun and a way for like both it to be overall funnier because everybody can get their bits out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds horrible, but yeah.
Nothing better than bits coming out.
Yeah.
The bits coming out.
My bits are already out.
Ayo.
I
I do think
That's
it would
a
be
I couldn't notice.
fun and a mess if your girls all came onto this podcast.
Oh,
and
it would be such a
everyone.
mess.
Oh, that, yeah. I don't know if Skylar wants to
No,
come back.
no, she wants to come back.
Does she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She wants a redemption,
She wants
probably.
a redemption. Emma might
don't
not
believe
want to
it.
come back, but
I mean,
happen.
if we were all together.
Wait,
it
you're
wouldn't
the
be-
only Kung Pao and Puff girl that I hope has had an okay experience on the P Boiz so far.
Yeah. I mean, it's just everybody's different with their communication style, and I'm just used to, I guess, more boisterous conversation or what. I don't know. I don't know what to say other than that. I've worked in male-dominated field my entire career, so
Wait, what's your career?
I'm a.
Were you trying to say guys interrupt you all the time?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've worked in automotive my
Thanks
whole
for
time.
chiming in, Lemonsack.
What did you say?
Lemonsack chimes in with his first comment.
what did you say?
He tried to interrupt her
Oh, what'd you say?
about interrupting her. It was
something.
It was a very meta joke.
Oh, I was saying I was going to be an
So you
engineer.
think guys like interrupt you all the time?
Oh, okay.
All right.
Well, no, I don't know. It's
Good
just.
bit.
It's well, that's why though. That is why Emma, Skylar, and
everybody.
I did do a podcast
Yeah.
together because we noticed that all three of us were able to have conversations with each other, and we did the same dance. We have the same dance, so we're very coordinated in our conversations more.
I'm the best dancer in this podcast.
Probably.
I believe
That's really what it is. I feel
No,
like
you're not.
conversations with people, it's
Start
like
your
you're
solo
doing a
dance.
little bit of a dance.
Wait, dude, instead of a duel, can
And you
we
just
have a
need to learn
dance
each
off
other's
to see who the
styles.
album
Yeah.
podcast is?
So
That would actually
That would be
so
fun.
funny.
A dance off. That'd be pretty cool. By the way, I will add that the only reason Emma didn't like the episode was because of her boyfriend. So it was his fault.
it was his
Yeah, I can
fault.
see
Yeah.
What was he doing?
He was saying stuff that I'm sure she wouldn't want me to mention on the podcast because she didn't want it mentioned on the podcast.
Okay.
Oh.
Was it personal stuff between them?
Yeah.
Kind of deal?
Oh.
It wasn't like a fight or anything like that, but he was like saying stuff that she didn't like, and so
Okay, that sounds.
What are boyfriends for?
right?
Amen.
Sounds like that individual would say something like that.
you can say his name. Like, people know
Oh
who
no.
he is.
It's interesting though
Joe
because
Rogan.
sometimes
Joe
he'll just be
yeah, her boyfriend Joe Rogan.
like I think that how somebody talks about their significant other when they're not around says the most about it, and he usually does say some pretty sweet shit about Emma when she's not around.
Yeah.
So I will.
he jokes around too.
Yeah, he just jokes around.
He's a goofster. You know, that's his thing.
Yeah. Well, he can get ornery, like we all
You get what?
like a little angry, like crotchety sometimes.
Nick does.
Yeah, only when he bombs, and he's just like a sourpuss. He's just like
Sourpuss, that's what's
sitting
better.
in the corner, just like pissed off.
Didn't he get punched on stage?
Did he get punched?
Nick?
Yeah,
No, he
I
got-
feel like I've heard a story of like someone like
He got almost tased
He
at a
got-
mic.
oh
He did.
tased.
I thought he got fully tased, or no, he almost got tased.
No, he got threatened to be tased.
Yeah, it's
What
on
was he
the
doing?
it's on
Yeah,
the
something
Sanction
like
with
that.
Stephanie episode where they
No,
go through the whole
he.
thing.
Well, it wasn't
Wait,
even
Stephanie tased
anything
him?
that happened.
Wait,
at
Stephanie
the
who?
mic
they
specifically.
do a play by play of the story.
Yeah, that episode was kind of cringe. I was listening to that one.
What's
I was like,
Stephanie?
this is brutal.
Stephanie
dude.
who?
Yeah,
Did you listen to it?
yeah,
Steph.
just like the sidebars that were taken. I'm like this.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with the story. And then, yeah.
No offense to those people. I'm not trying.
So
to
this,
do anything,
if I remember
but-
correctly, he left the mic
Yeah.
to go to like a store,
Like a liquor
I don't know,
store
pick
or
up
something.
cigarettes or something. And at the store, there's some other lady, and he just goes, "Sup, bitch."
But he thought he was just thinking that it was going to be funny, and she did not think it was funny.
That's really funny.
Yeah, and then he came back, and she followed him, and police came, or did she have the?
No, she just
No, she
threatened
had-
to tase him.
She
That
had
was
the
like
taser.
thing.
Of
Yeah.
course, he said "sup, bitch" to the woman who has a taser.
He alleges that there was like, I think the cashier was like some black guy who told him the best way to get a woman is to say like, just "What's up, bitch?"
Oh, the cashier.
Yeah, that's
instigated
right.
it?
Yeah.
Somebody had said to him, like, and that's why he was saying
Yeah,
what's up.
so that's why
so
he
funny
did it.
to actually believe.
Yes, I remember this.
And that's how he met Emma.
So-
Oh no, he had to work to get Emma. I know that.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's how you know he really loves her. You know?
Where do you work?
Unlike me, who like I had to like I literally after Floyd and I's first date, he like didn't like do a follow up date, and one day at Roadhouse, I went up to him like, "Why the fuck aren't you asking me on a second date?" Because I was very upset, and then that's how we're together.
Well, that's what we were talking about before the show with the you don't like online dating because there's no initiative.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just I don't want to do this back and forth text conversation. This means nothing. All of this text means nothing. Even if it's a pleasant conversation, it means nothing. In-person interaction is where it's at. Because you don't know what the chemistry is.
Yeah.
How
from
long
just
have you and
texting.
Floyd been dating?
Like,
couple days.
it was 2 years this last New Year's Eve.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Wait.
Yep. Yeah, I did this like really
13
horrible.
months. Sorry, I had to do the math.
Aw, there you go. But I did like how the first time we like hooked up or whatever is because I was coming from it
Well,
was like a
you can say that again.
Oh,
it was a suicide awareness thing that
You came from that?
all right.
yeah
Don't.
yeah what the tears really do it for me. And just
thought it
thinking
was
about
the-
where those tears have been.
Yeah, the
Autoerotic
asphyxiation.
Yeah, but it was so hilarious because I thought it was going to be this big deal because the way they did it was like, oh, it's on this rooftop apartment, and
The
like
roof
they were, and
for
they
suicide awareness?
but that is I never even put that, but yeah. But then they were charging like $20 for tickets, and they were like, oh, there's going to be food and champagne, and we're like, okay, yeah, I'll sign up for this. I would like, because suicide awareness is like a near and dear to me. So I was like, yeah, of course I'll do it. And I show up there and it's just this tiny little apartment. There's no audience. There's just a webcam run by a 16-year-old. And we were all supposed to just say do a whole set just about suicide, right? So there's
Oh,
like
is it a
four or five comics were there, and we were all just doing suicide sets. But it just ended. But because there was no audience, we were just talking to a camera. We just all looked at each other like. I just feel like we got done with group therapy.
20 bucks for that? They're making a killing.
That's like
Nobody showed up.
It's like driving comics to kill themselves.
Yeah.
But like they gave us like champagne bottles with like our faces on it. Like it
Holy
was
shit,
there was a
what
lot
the
of weird. There was also I got a frozen bag of crab.
Where was this
The
apartment?
wildest. It was Wombo's apartment.
Ooh, what?
She comes in and out of the comedy scene. She goes to Ann Arbor, the Ipsy Ale House a lot.
Okay.
But I had literally all one-liners about suicide
Damn.
for like 10 minutes.
Wow.
I know. No, but it was like Cliff DeMarco was there, Leo Jackson was there.
He's the baby.
Some other person and myself. We were all the comics. But anyways, after the thing, I hit up Floyd and he's like, come see this New Year's Eve party. And then we fucked on his friend's couch and we've been together ever since. Real romantic.
True love.
True love. Yeah.
Wait, there's a suicide show on New Year's Eve?
I know.
That's insane. Like, these people don't have anything better to do.
Well, yeah,
Well,
exactly.
other
right.
than one thing, I guess.
This is in honor of all the people that killed themselves with fireworks.
Yeah.
You know, New Year's Eve
Pew pew.
stuff.
Not a lot of fireworks on New Year's Eve.
Oh, and Tommy or Tom Chuck or whatever the guy
Tom
that runs
Myers.
the mic, the funny house, the magic box. What is it called? The
I
funny
have no
box.
idea.
Never been there.
I'm really bad with names. I have dementia. I'm pretty sure.
Well, if you need some senior care, I want you to just let me know.
I like how ditzy just means cute dementia.
Ditzy?
Yeah, like they're like, oh, you're so ditzy. And I'm like, so I have dementia, but I'm too cute for you to care about me medically. Got it. Like,
You guys talked about that on
Then
your
once you're
podcast.
80 years old, they're like,
You
oh,
guys
she
talked
has
about that on your
dementia.
podcast.
yeah, cute dementia.
Yeah, pay attention.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked that episode. Well, now you know what I mean when I'm like, this tickles my nose bridge.
I don't remember that part. But
So like this guy, I guess it was an NFL player that he tried to commit suicide because he had CTE or something. But I guess the bullet got like lodged in his like nose bridge and didn't actually kill him. And so basically I'm like, you know what? That's what I'm gonna say instead. No. But that's what I'm gonna say now instead of saying
Couldn't
like,
be
hey,
Jewish, he
this
was
makes
an
me want to
NFL
shoot myself
player.
in the
Yeah,
face.
sure.
I'll just be like, this tickles my nose
Go
bridge.
Lord!
And so now whenever I want to say I want to shoot myself in the face because of X, Y, or Z, I'll just be like, this tickles my nose bridge. Like
It means
Mrs.
something to you, but it
Doubtfire.
doesn't make other people.
All right, our defense isn't looking too
Yes.
good.
Thank you.
we gotta invade.
It's giving me a hard burn.
Happen.
We gotta invade their defenses.
We're making a touchdown.
We gotta occupy the end zone.
Yeah. We have to occupy the end
What bit are we
zone.
doing?
I don't know.
We're doing a
Jewish
Jewish
football
football player.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
but there's a difference between Israeli Jews and
Okay.
Well,
We've got to
yeah,
invade
there is-
their end zone.
that's much better.
Right.
But they wouldn't be football coaches. They do soccer out there.
That's true.
Football.
Football.
Jewish football is just buying a football team.
Israeli Jews would probably just go into the end zone and be like, this is our end zone. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's not the score is 2-0 on us. Well, we scored it. You scored it in your own end zone.
God promised us the end zone 4,000 years ago.
Yeah. You don't know, but we were.
God promised us these Super Bowl tickets years ago. What do you mean
Dude,
this is your seat?
I've never been so glad to be divorced
Israeli
because
accent.
my ex, he was an Israeli, so his parents went from.
Whoa. This is Skippy lore I was not aware of.
Yeah, ex-husband. So he was a Soviet Union Jew, and so when the Soviet Union collapsed, like his family moved to Israel. Like a lot of them did.
I'm the only poor kind of Jew.
And when he was 10, they moved over here, right? But his dad's like really like obviously still Israeli loyalist. So like when all this went down, I'm like, I can't
one
imagine
of
what
those.
happened. Yeah. I can't imagine how his family was torn up. I'm like, glad I'm not in it. Like I'm like that. There's no way that him and his dad are
torn up?
speaking. There's no way because he's like super liberal Ann Arbor person. So there's 0% chance him and his dad saw eye to eye.
Damn.
So yay for divorce.
We got some of that going on.
Probably get a good settlement.
Wow.
Yep. Sorry about that.
Settlement. Hey.
Hey.
Talk about settling.
Yeah. So that's a good message to end the episode of P Boiz on.
So did you end up with half the money in his West Bank?
No. He's very money conscious too. So we're like, we don't want to pay a
Shocking.
lawyer. He was like, I'd rather you get my money than some lawyer. I'm like, samesies, to be honest. So Yeah.
Cutting out the middleman. Yeah.
Yeah. So we just kind of split it even. He took what was his. I took what was mine. Yep.
Probably less taxes too.
Yep. Yeah, actually, because I paid him back the taxes that he paid on the house when I bought the house. Like, we was very even Steven. But, yeah.
Sick.
He did knock up a girl before we were officially divorced, so still sour about that. But
But you guys were already splitting up.
And it was
I know, but it's just the
Floyd
principle of the
Jones.
thing. I don't know. It was like so quick after. It's funny too because I guess I live
straight-
rent free in her head because recently, like, because it tells you who's been looking at your TikTok and stuff. This bitch looks at my TikTok and stuff, and it's been like 6 years, and I'm like, wow,
Staying
how
on top of it.
insecure are you? Holy shit! Makes me gleeful though.
Is she also Jewish?
No, just some white bitch.
Damn.
Yeah. No, it's funny. Everybody that ever met her after the fact, they're like, she's simple. And I'm like, wow. Like every one of them basically said she was dumb in a nice way. And I'm like, this is
Ditzy.
harsh. Well, I'm ditzy, but smart. You know what I mean? I think ditzy again just means dementia. It doesn't necessarily mean you're dumb. It means you
Ditzy
can't-
means dementia. I don't know if it does. I think it just means you're kind
spacey.
of dumb.
Oh, really?
Kind of. It's just, it's a very,
Like if you're,
It's like you're
very superficial, very
You're like
kind of
dumb.
an airhead, but yeah, cute, kind of hot, so you can get away with it. You know,
I feel like being like forgetful and like ADD isn't necessarily meaning you're dumb though. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like,
that was not my understanding of ditzy.
Shut up.
I'll have to come up
Well,
with a different word.
Joseph
bunch of fire
Joseph is retarded
Dude,
and
is
gay.
Detroit on fire?
So I don't know if you knew
We're
that.
next. Yeah, dude, there's been like 5
Jesus
fire
Christ.
Come out to Hazel Park. That's what
actually
my baby
kinda
goes to
scary.
sleep with.
Ah, okay.
I know. She's bulletproof because of that. There's constantly sirens and dogs barking.
Dude, if there's about to be wildfires in Detroit, then
Too much water.
you know it was the government.
I think we can actually see it from here. You can probably get it on camera.
I can see my house from.
Oh, wow. No, yeah, there's like 3.
Yeah, they're all stopped.
Oh yeah, wow.
They're like
Yep, heroes,
2 or 3
just like
fire
me.
trucks, like 4 fucking
Yeah, I
ambulances.
forgot you're. I always forget you're a fireman.
Yeah, well, I know I'm not working on a department yet, but I'm certified. Yeah,
What?
Yeah, that's why he has a box.
You're a
truck.
yeah. I have to
Certified
unpause. I have to get my EMT, and then I can be a firefighter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
But I'm looking at Ann Arbor because I know the chief there. But
Dope.
The Indian.
no,
I'm sick of all this gatekeeping and firefighting.
Yeah.
yeah, no, yeah. I'm really excited. I mean, here's the thing: for doing stand up and like acting, you work 9 days a month. You make like big boy adult wage.
Yeah.
For working 9 days a month, you have the rest of the month to go out, hit open mics,
Yeah.
go on auditions, write,
Makes 1,000%.
and you're at if you want to go to a smaller department, you're at the station the entire day pretty much. You might have 4 or 5 calls if you're at a small town like a
very
suburb.
smart.
Yeah, so you're there to like for acting, you're there to run lines the whole time. You're there to submit video auditions. You're there to write bits.
Yeah, because you just have to be at
Yeah.
the firehouse.
My dad, he used to be an actor, and he stopped acting because he had to move away from my mom and everything, and he wanted to stay with my mom.
Yeah.
But now he's a firefighter, and he told me if he could do it all over again, he would be a firefighter while he was an actor.
Yeah, that's super smart. Maybe
Yeah.
I should be a firefighter.
You can probably get
They're getting a lot more accepting about like women getting into the fire service.
Because you don't have to be the one that like goes into the building.
Yeah,
You can
this
be
is-
the one on the ground.
like I do not have a very physically imposing body.
I wasn't gonna say
That's
that, but I'm like,
correct.
maybe I'm
Imposing.
wrong. Maybe
No,
he can.
they need
wanna
people who are
intimidate the
smaller,
firemen,
who can go into like ceilings, attics,
Yeah.
rafters, fit into small like tiny areas. They
Yeah.
like I remember when I was in fire academy, a lot of people were pissed because all the people in their squadrons for like their little training stuff were like a bunch of like bigger guys, and they were like, well, we don't have like a blades on our team because it was
They call him Blade.
yeah, because his last name.
Oh.
But they were like, we don't have a blades on our like group. How are we supposed to get in there? And it's like I would just do one thing, which was always the easiest thing, which is just crawling into a tiny little space, and then we'd get all our stuff done first.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's important to have someone who's small.
Bring in the blade.
Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Just switch from.
Yeah, switch from an incredibly high-paying, wonderful job to firefighter. That'd be really smart.
It's one of those things you do something long enough, you're like, and also like I can't do like I can't like fly out to something for like 10 days. You know what I mean? I guess
Yeah.
I can't do that anyways with Rosie at her age, but
Right.
like to your point, I could do stuff locally though.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of being small and being able to do big things, you guys know Gabe used to be a power lifter?
Yeah. He told me.
What?
Oh yeah. No, I've heard that.
Yeah.
It's a power.
Yeah. He used to power lift cocks into his mouth.
He was in a weight division of his own.
No, but really, he like.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
How much
Holy
did
shit.
he tell you how much he could
He
squat?
told me that his
12
his squat
pounds.
max was 12 pounds. It was so much. No, he said his max squat, I think he said was like 220 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
That's not bad. Well, this what is twice his weight? What does
Yeah.
he weigh? 100.
It has to be like 110, 120.
Yeah.
Is that why he has
Well,
such
that's
a nice
me.
tight ass?
220 is me.
That's exactly why.
You're 220?
Yeah.
No, like you're really tall, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big boy.
Yeah. I like don't know people's weights at all. I'm just
Yeah, I'm
down
not
here.
good at
Lemonsack's 350 pounds.
Yeah,
Can
he's
you believe
really
it?
fucking big.
I've been
really
putting on
dense.
weight. I'm like 351 now.
Yeah. He's big.
I don't think that's true.
Yari's 135.
Tone.
Yeah.
What?
It's just water weight.
I have
you know?
300 pounds of tone.
Bloated.
Yeah.
Actually, I have met people that were much fatter than me that weighed the same, and I'm like, no muscle. Got it.
Yeah, it is weird because I remember I was at the gym and I saw this like really fat dude standing on the scale and he was 180 and I was like, holy fuck, I'm bigger than this guy. Like that's insane to me.
Just different body compositions. It's all a lie. Like,
Yeah.
I'm technically overweight.
I'm overweight. I know for
Yeah.
sure I'm overweight.
Yari?
Underweight, actually. You need to gain more weight, my doctor says.
But it's like no, but if you look at like the athletes, like the football players, they're all like technically obese. But it's like
Well,
a
according
lot
to
of them
BMI,
are. Yeah, a lot of them are
that's
fat.
bullshit.
But like
BMI is
even
huge bullshit.
Yeah, but
Muscle.
even the fat ones are
muscle.
still mostly
yeah,
muscle mass.
Yeah.
They probably have it healthy proportions, quite frankly.
yeah.
You can't play a sport and be like metabolically,
Horrible.
Unless it's golf.
unless it's golf.
And even
Bowling.
then, typically a lot of golfers are fat.
I think
lot.
anything that requires a swing to have like a large girth,
Counterbalance.
You need to have strong
Yeah,
legs. But
because
Tiger's
that's what makes
pretty
people
ripped.
good hitters. Like usually.
Yeah, but
guys
who's
with
that
big
one
guts.
big
John
Trump
Daly.
fan? Yeah, John Daly. Yeah.
I've seen your swing.
That's an Arnold
You've seen
Palmer
my
with
swing?
vodka.
I've never golfed.
That's what
before.
Trump said.
There's also
That's
fat
actually pretty
people that
good.
play
Yeah.
baseball.
Yeah,
Prince
just like
Fielder used to be
do you know
on
what
the
Lindsay
Tigers.
Lohan is?
No.
It's a redheaded slut shot with Coke.
Wait, say it
There you
again.
go.
I was saying that a John Daly is an Arnold Palmer, but you add vodka, and then a Lindsay Lohan it's a redheaded slut, and you add Coke. Yep.
There you go.
Pretty clever.
There you
Sorry,
go.
I know we're getting long in the episode. I didn't
No,
have a
who
side
cares?
story. Okay, so so in Michigan, right? You can start bartending before you're 21,
Right.
And so I was 19, and I was working at a bar down an Irish pub in Birmingham. It's the only Irish pub in Birmingham, so you know what it is. and
Yeah, Dick Dow's. Yeah.
and
You not want me to say that?
I don't know whether I mean, I don't care. I don't work there anymore. But yeah, Dick O'Dow's made huge money there. But I didn't know any of the drinks, right? So one time people asked, like, they would, like, I remember a guy asked me for a vodka and soda. I'm like, okay. And then I went back. I'm like, all right. And I'm like, he wants a vodka soda. She's like, together? And I'm like, no, I think separate because he said, you know, like, and so I brought the guy, like, a glass of soda water and a shot of vodka, and he looked at me like I was doing a bit. I'm like, and then like just like
Fix
things.
it yourself.
Yeah, and then there was one time somebody ordered a redheaded slut, and I'm like, there's a few cute brunettes in the back, and then they're like, and then like later on they're like, where's my fucking drinks? I'm like, what? Like I had no idea. It's a misguided to I think have 18, 19-year-olds serve beer just because of that.
Yeah.
Had zero idea.
What if instead of beer you were serving queer?
Queer. Serving queer,
Queer
like
eyes.
this means.
Yeah.
I feel like that means I was picking up all the daughters there.
Yeah.
Oh, those were the days. Alas.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. I'm glad we were able to bring
To
that
go
memory.
take a
for
trip
you.
down nostalgia lane.
Yeah.
These nuts.
All right, Skippy, do you have anything you want to plug?
Yeah, just the Writer's Block Party. I know it's a little bit of a trek for people to go to Can Brew Works, but they have really awesome food there.
Especially for our
We're
Indian
huge in
fans.
Canton, so
Wait, they don't
those
have any
people-
food.
We're huge in Canton, so the
Oh,
In the
cool.
Plymouth,
Canton
Livonia
Brew
area.
Works.
When's the next writer's block?
tomorrow.
It's it's the second Friday of every month, so February
So with last week.
4th.
Or the third to last Friday of every month.
No, it's
No.
the second Friday.
Okay, some
Not
months there's
always.
5 Fridays.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
second Friday.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's it. And then just follow me on Skippy Rose Comedy on like YouTube because I'm putting out sketches every 6 weeks. So that's
I heard
fun.
they're really good.
Thanks.
I like
like
they're
them.
controversial.
They're controversial?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I heard that they've made you less funny. Actually, that's a rumor going around. I don't know.
Well, I think it's a good. I think they're good. So
I actually did watch the sketches and at least the ones that came out, and I did enjoy them. So I don't know what people are talking about when they say they're not funny.
Friend of the
Ooh.
pod, Chris Barrett.
Oh yeah.
who's saying that? Oh,
Yeah.
Stephanie Ann.
Yeah.
No, that was Chris Barrett's sketch. But yeah.
Oh, okay. But no, I haven't seen your sketches.
Yeah.
Well,
It's-
Chris's sketches aren't funny.
Yeah, Chris is making less funny by the second.
No, Chris Barrett is tapped into the zeitgeist way better than I'll ever be because people want short content and it's very Adult Swim what he's trying to do. It's just like just because it's not her cup of tea doesn't mean. And also, if anyone wants to defend me, like just don't. I guess just like I'm fine. It's okay. Like
We stand with Skippy.
Yeah.
Comment "We stand with Skippy" in the comments
Jesus
below.
Christ.
Have you talked to her or no?
No, here's my thing. She has a hard life, and people should just leave her alone. And I hope she.
I can cut this if you want.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You want to cut? Okay. But yeah, I just she has a lot going on in her life, and this is not out of character. I don't know why anyone's like freaking out about it at all.
I didn't freak out about it.
I thought it was really funny.
I was just like, this is totally on base. I'm like, I guess I'm glad. Like, she needed to be called out, maybe because the embarrassment might prevent her from doing it in the future. Maybe.
Hopefully.
Yeah, but the people like
It's a
putting
hard lesson.
stories about her in the comments, like she did this to me and she did this to someone. I'm like, who fucking cares, dude? Like, who gives a shit?
We all know that she's like that. I don't think
Yeah.
it should be acceptable behavior. And so it's just like, hopefully that ends it. Yeah. But, well, and like we were saying before, like, people get discouraged in the scene all the time. It's really hard to keep going. And it's like, we shouldn't be tearing each other down when it doesn't need to be said.
Right.
It's like, okay, you didn't like his sketch.
Yeah, that was my biggest issue with it. Was just it was uncalled for. Like there was no reason for her to say that.
Well, and also her saying that somehow me associating with him would be bad for me. And I'm just like, so you don't think, like, I have like 50 some clips posted. And I'm like, but yet this one clip that is clearly not.
Tear you down.
Yeah, everybody's going to be like, oh,
I was
she's
like,
not.
as if you didn't like consent to be involved,
Yeah, in my house. And it's like, Chris does sketches with me all the time. You think I'm not going to be in his sketches? That's not how friendship works.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not like he went and said "nit" or anything.
Yeah, if anything,
with
being
that.
on this podcast is going to be worse for you than making sketches with Chris.
This is
arguably.
Yeah.
this is where careers go to die.
yeah,
I know. I really needed to appeal to those right wing males,
yeah. It's pretty much our core audience.
Actually, so like I got a troll or whatever on one of my YouTubes, and I was able to make him laugh. He was like, because it was the one about how dogs and kids aren't that different. They aren't. But he was just like, I don't know, I can't leave my daughter in a cage when I go grocery shopping, and I'm just like,
You totally can.
legally. And then he's like, rah, rah, rah. I'm like, there you go. You get it.
I got a guy recently who left some like really long comment about how like we're wasting our lives doing this shit and that we're not funny and we're never gonna make it. And he was like, I was homeless and I work hard and like I can't believe there's people like doing shit like this. And I was like, fuck, what the fuck
You're
is your
online
problem,
watching
dude?
shit like this.
Yeah.
Who's
Can't
the
believe
bigger
people leave
waste of
comments on
time?
It was so weird. And then I responded back and I'm like, hey man, sorry you didn't like it. Like we're just trying to make shit. Like, I'm glad you're doing well in life. Like just
Aw,
dude,
you're nice.
Hope that we can do well too. And then he was like, all right, I feel bad for saying that. I was like, good, dude.
Good.
Wait,
Like,
when was
that's what
this?
you have to
Couple
do
weeks
because
ago.
people will
On
feel
which app?
because they're
I'll show you later.
they want to fight.
Yeah.
So it's like if you don't give them, then they'll be like, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like Floyd likes to leave the hater comments up because he's like, people will end up jumping in and defending.
Yeah,
People end up.
I like them too, but that one was just like, dude, this is unnecessarily too far.
Yeah. I have one guy that you'll see, like, if you look through my YouTubes, you'll see him, but, like, he keeps commenting, she's so funny, like, the exact same comment on, like, every every single video ever. And I think he's like in the scene, but he never talks to me. But he
Who is
did
it? Let's
that.
shout him out.
Huh?
Let's shout him out. Who is it?
Oh, I thought this wasn't being recorded.
Oh well, I mean,
Or you were
cutting
gonna
all
cut
that
it.
out.
Okay.
I can cut it.
We're
Yeah.
cutting a little.
I don't know what his
sniff
name is. But other than Winter Burden. But
Floyd
like,
Jones.
No, but I think he started doing that though because there were people coming on like the comments just being like, "This isn't funny. Women aren't funny," and so he like I think it takes it upon himself to make sure that there's a nice comment in all the videos.
Oh, so he's
Good
being
on.
That's
supportive.
He's
I
being
thought you
very
meant
supportive.
He was doing
Not
it like
stalking.
sarcastically.
No, he's
Okay.
yeah,
It's
he's
like-
like making sure that like I know I'm okay because no,
I
like
thought he was like trying to
does-
slide into the DMs, like I'm saying,
Nah.
funny, and then maybe she'll.
Yo, you funny as hell.
he's just being very supportive, I think, because
everything I love.
the comments were weird for a while. Just people being like, "Why don't you sit down and shut up?" Or like, I'm like, I don't post anything where the audience isn't laughing. So you saying it isn't funny doesn't mean anything, in my opinion. It's like if it was just a joke with no audience, sure. I'm like, but they liked it, so
Yeah.
Right.
don't really
Fucking
care.
funny.
Yeah, it's funny to somebody.
Yeah. We'll end it there. Does anyone else want to promote anything?
No.
Oh, also watch Floyd's Day at Home Sad podcast is pretty great.
Aw. Oh wait, also come to the roast battle Uncalled For.
Yep.
February 8th, Independent Hamtramck.
Catch me
Some
at
point
an open
in
mic.
February.
February 8th.
I didn't hear you said eight.
February
What am I
8th.
doing? I'm doing Tenacity Brewing on the 25th. What else? My Cardboard Tubes movie is coming out on the 30th. I think I don't know. That's probably
Are
all
you
that
in any
matters
movies?
right now.
Are you in any acting things lately?
Yeah, I have it got moved back originally when we were going to do the duel. We had to move the duel back, but then we could do the duel. But I had a filming thing pushed back till next weekend, and then I have a couple auditions I have to do this weekend. But yeah, that's super consistent, way more consistent than stand up.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
not allowed
Do you
to say
ever
it, but
do you
it's-
More
act?
consistent? Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, the TV pilot that I was in has taken forever to get edited.
What's it called?
Laid to Rest.
Okay.
Yeah, so because
Was that a local thing?
yeah, but it was like a whole like. I mean, you've been on them, I'm sure, but like it was like super professional, where it takes like 10,000 hours to do the setup.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like
Yeah.
a second to shoot the scene.
Exactly.
But yeah, it was really. I played a snarky sexual ghost.
There you go. That's solid.
Yeah,
I
All
just
you were
did.
made for.
It was
a little
some-
bit.
It
yeah.
was some fucking. That you can just cut all this because I signed an NDA.
All right,
but I don't care.
let's just end there. Big peace.
All right. Yeah.
Bye. I did this.
P Boiz #1. Kind of the #1 Let's Shoot Comedy Podcast. No big deal.